Hi, good morning. Attorney Amy Rafecki here, Wills on Wednesday from Atlanta Wills and Trust Law Group here in Atlanta, Georgia, specifically up here in Alpharetta, Georgia. We are talking about whether or not you need a new will if you move to the state of Georgia. So if you've recently moved to the state of Georgia and you have a will that you prepared in a different state, do you need a new one just because you moved to Georgia? That's what we're talking about here on Wills on Wednesday. So I get this question quite a bit, and sometimes it's from friends, sometimes from family, sometimes from other attorneys, and definitely I get this question quite a bit from potential new clients with whom I meet. And the bottom line is maybe. And I'm not trying to sound like an attorney, although I am one, so I guess I should sound like one. But the real true answer to that question is maybe. So if your will was prepared in another state, generally speaking, your will should be good here in the state of Georgia as long as it was good in the state from which you moved from. And most people would venture to say that if it was prepared by an attorney who does estate planning in another state, who has experience in doing estate planning, then there's a really good chance that your will is going to be just fine here in the state of Georgia if you pass away here in Georgia and not the state where the will was prepared. So as you can tell, I gave a lot of contingencies, I guess, and attached quite a bit of conditions to that statement, and that is why I said maybe. So one of the suggestions that I always give, both to my clients, who I prepare their entire estate plan, and to anyone that I speak with is reach out to an attorney in Georgia who has experience in estate planning and see if they will meet with you to discuss whether or not you need a new will just because you've moved to the state of Georgia. It's always a good idea. And if you're here in Georgia and you move to a new state, what I tell my clients who reach out to me is that it's always a good idea to do two things. One, have a contact in the new state that you move to. Create a relationship with an estate planning attorney in that new state. And that's helpful overall to your estate plan, whether or not you get a new estate plan or not. And that is because if you pass away in that new state, or if you move to Georgia and pass away here in Georgia, there's a really good chance that your family will need the assistance of an attorney here in Georgia or in the new state to help with you after you pass away with your estate. So having that relationship already in place is a great idea. Another reason why you want to create a relationship with an attorney when you move to a new state here in Georgia, you could reach out to us at Atlanta Wills and Trust Law Group, or a local attorney if you don't happen to be in the metro Atlanta area. And we would be happy to meet with you for a complimentary consultation just to discuss, your estate plan now from another state, and talk to you about whether this estate plan that you have in place from another state works for you here in Georgia. And so the bottom line is that if you have a will that you have drawn up in another state and you move to the state of Georgia, your will may work here as you intended it to work if you pass away here in Georgia. So that's our advice. If you move to the state of Georgia and you have an estate plan from another state, reach out to us here at Atlanta Wills and Trust Law Group. We'd love to sit down and talk to you for a complimentary consultation just to discuss your estate plan and how it works here in the state of Georgia. Reach out to us at 770-508-6525, and you can schedule that complimentary consultation just to sit down. Make sure that you bring your estate planning documents with you when you do come to that complimentary consultation, just so that we can discuss all the things that we would typically discuss with you when looking at estate plans from clients who have moved from another state, which happens quite frequently here in Georgia, actually. And so thank you for joining us today on Wills on Wednesday, a really short one. And we discussed moving to the state of Georgia, and you have an estate plan from another state, should you get a new will. Thank you.